Hey everyone, welcome back to my unemployed series on Football Manager. Ross here, and we are back at the beginning of pre-season. We've dropped 2 places in the prediction, but we've lost some good players. We've got some all right players in, but I must admit this has definitely been the most challenging transfer window I've had on Football Manager. There's just no budget. And I'm even slightly worried we're going to get in trouble because we have gone over budget. But you can see we're predicted to finish sixth. I think Real Sociedad are B, Real Sociedad B. They haven't done that badly. They're, such certain favorites. And then it's kind of, we're hoping to approach being the best of the rest. Maybe Real Union are kind of the top two together with Real Sociedad, and we're just trying to sort of get into the playoffs, as it were. We've got no player in the Media Dream 11, but let's have a look at the squad anyway. So, um, I was a bit worried towards the end of the transfer kind of period that we didn't have the players that we needed, but we're just going to see how it goes. I'll take you through some of the characters. So it took ages to get a goalkeeper, but we've got Samuel Diarra. I believe he's from Mali. Um, Pretty average goalkeeper, more of a kind of a studious goalkeeper, if I can describe him as that. He's not so much about the reflexes. He's all about being in the best position, having great ball handling, and it's great that he's got fantastic communication. Can he speak Spanish? That would be great. He is fluent in Spanish. In fact, he's a bit of a linguist, actually. So, a great man to have at the club. We've got a 15-year-old backup keeper, which I'm a little bit nervous about. Um, but I suppose it's better if I show you the tactics screen actually to look at the players because it has their faces on there. Um, Sito was one of the players I tied down to another year or 2-year contract. He's definitely one of our better players. In fact, I'm considering a five at the back formation just to get him further forward. He's just got good pace for a fullback and he can actually dribble and cross better than most of our attacking players. On the other side, Rafa's not great. He can barely pass. He's just going to be like the Gary Neville water carrying fullback. He'll stay back whilst Sito, our main man, goes forward. We've got Pastor and Royo, our centre backs, seem to complement each other quite well. One of them's got great pace. Royo slightly better passing. No, sorry, Royo's got the pace and passing, and then Pastor's got more of the technical attributes of defending. Then we've got Ning. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but he is from Senegal and a strong veteran midfielder. He's described out with good concentration. So I'm maybe considering dropping him to centre back in order to play the ball out a little bit better and just have his kind of overall aggression there. And I'll show you the alternative in a deep lying position in a bit. But I suppose our kind of key players apart from Sito are um, Tony Who apparently it's pronounced, which always makes me chuckle every time. He is our all-round kind of centre midfielder, stamina, pace, good touch, passing. What I want him to do is kind of maybe drift a little bit wider to get some two-on-one situations in the wide area, which is why I've got Carrasco as an inverted winger. He's actually got great passing and pace, and he's left-footed, so that should work well. So I can either set him to run wide with the ball, I can set him to move channels or stay wider, or I can have him as a Metzala. So Metzalas, they move into the channels and stay wider. So do you know what? I think I want to have him on that just to see how it goes. Um, then we've got Aloni Aria, who is. I definitely wanted to play him as a kind of advanced playmaker, but he just doesn't have the stamina and the physical attributes for it. So essentially, he's going to sit there, absolutely spraying balls around. 16 passing at this level is just fantastic, and it can cover for a lot of other stats. I saw this video once of a YouTuber where he had teams pitted against each other, where they had a team of people with 20 in one kind of stat and nothing in everything else, and passing one every time. So I think at this level, if you've got players with high passing, it really does help. So that's our midfield then. I will go to the wings where I think we're quite strong. We lost our best player because he just didn't want to sign a new contract. But I would say Areso is our best attacker. He can knock the ball past the opponent with his pace, acceleration, good touch. He's direct and to have good decision making at this level is also really good. I've actually got him as an inverted winger because I just really like his off the ball stats. No, sorry, an inside forward. I really think his off the ball stats going to hopefully get him to time those runs, maybe get on some of the balls from Aria and cause trouble that way. Carrasco, he's more of the kind of passer, more of the traditional winger. But I still have inverted him, as I said, because I want these two to interact a bit more. And finally, our striker. I'm a little bit undecided who's going to start. I originally bought this guy, Zuleta, who is Colombian, 19-year-old, great potential apparently. He can get better. He's got great off the ball technique, finishing. I always find if you've got a great technical stat, the finishing matters less. But even considering that, he's got 13 still. Pace and acceleration at 14 for this level is fantastic as well. However, we also have this guy on loan called Dario. I don't know how to say his second name. He's Spanish, so is it Jarmil? I guess. I'm not sure. But he's got great pace, composure, and fantastic finishing. He can only play in striker, whereas Zuleta, I think, no, he also can only play up front. So at least it gives us the option to play two up front if we are chasing the game. Apart from that, we've got kind of some characters. We've got Jack McNichol, our Australian striker. He's our youth prospect, 16-year-old. I don't know how he's found his way to Spain, but he's loving life, and yeah, we appreciate him. We've also got James Kelly, random Irishman, random Irish winger, who we are actually training to play a little bit more centrally to cover for a lack of midfielders, perhaps. And then a few more people on loan. We've got again another defender who can't pass for anything, which is a shame, but he has got pace, which might be useful if we play a high line. So what I could always do is move Pastor to a fullback position because he's just a bit more solid defensively and basically, yeah, go from there. Who is the defensive midfielder I wanted to show you? It's Rodriguez. So we could drop um, our current DM and play Manu Rodriguez as more of a deep line playmaker. He's got that great passing. I mean, he's 36, so he's not getting any younger, but he's got enough aggression to make up for it, hopefully. So moving on to some news items then, we've got to meet the players and we've got to introduce ourselves to the squad. So I'm going to get all Mikel Arteta or Pep Guardiola on you. So um, let's be positive. The reaction is immediately negative. What's our highly influential DM saying? I understand that some people might have doubts about your language spirit, but all prepared to give you a chance. Oh, that's nice. So, what do we say next? Why are people so upset? Why are they so negative? What do they want? They just want to give us a chance. So, I think the squad is too big. I don't want to make any promises. Yeah, I don't really want to say anything. Okay, so there we go. That seems to have worked. We were just neutral. So we didn't give any promises. So I've come in. So what they're saying, they're happy. I've come with the next season, so let's focus on the next season. We're good enough to go up as champions. I don't think that's true. I think we got to aim for the playoffs, right? We can go on and make the playoffs, mid-table, top half, drop. So I'm going to go with this one. They seem satisfied with that. We'll give them a fist pump. That's exactly what I was after. Code of conduct, um, positive, we're on the same page. Brilliant. Well, that certainly could have gone worse. Dressing room atmosphere, slightly more managerial support. Okay, so I think we will do the first friendly live. I think that'll be interesting. So I'll catch you in the next scene. Okay, guys, welcome to match day Just a quick overview of the tactic. I just don't think we're good enough to play out of defence, but in having a low tempo and short passing directness, we should, um, somewhat be able to play through the lines. We are going to try and be aggressive and counter press and counter attack. I'll monitor how the goalkeeper distributes the ball and to go from there, but we are going to push high, get stuck in, and press. So let's go for it. Let's proceed to the match and see what happens. They all seem pretty up for it. We'll give them a good old team talk. Okay. Right, into the dressing room. Places are up for grabs. Oh, Isaac's happy. Good for him. And we are just going to kick off. All right, there we go. Should we speed it up a bit? Let's go to sideline and zoom in a little bit more so we can see the team structure, and we'll speed it up. One notch up. Okay. No highlights 10 minutes in. I should have checked the camera angle before, shouldn't I? Not great. Sito on the ball in the fullback zone. Split it inside. That's where we want Areso. Oh, ho, ho, great goal. Carrasco coming inside from the wing. Might have to turn that volume down slightly. Hope it's okay for you guys. Oh, goodness me, that's a great first goal, isn't it? Let's turn that Football Manager volume down a little bit. Hopefully that's a bit better for you. And now I can pay attention to the match. So, we are playing along from the goal kick. Diarra's taking his time. Hoofs it up there. Oh, he did win the header. And we'll be lucky to get 2 long shots from a game. But it seems to be working well so far. See if we can pick anything up off this goal kick. Ning, or Gning, however you pronounce his name, he seems to be pretty all action. Oh, goalkeeper spreads himself well. Oh, that really should have been a goal, shouldn't it? I quite like our structure at the back at the moment. Oh, offside, but it was a good build-up play. I definitely want to see our strikers score. It's a big difference at this level in Football Manager to have a good striker. So they haven't really had a kick so far. They've matched us up 4-3-3. And it looks like we're going to have maybe one more highlight before half time. We'll just pause and look at the structure and build up. So we want our centre backs there. We have our defensive midfielder there. And what's nice is Aria has dropped deep. So when he drops deep, perhaps being able to cover from this position, I want Sito to just absolutely bomb forward and our left winger Adesso to kind of be a little bit more inside. And if we look at where Ho, I believe is how you pronounce his name in Spanish, um, he has pushed wide and Carrasco's kind of driving inside. So that's definitely what we want to see. We'll see how it sort of fares as we build up though. Because look how wide he is. Is that too much of a gap perhaps? I don't know. It's kind of like a 4-2-4, isn't it? Keeping the ball well though. Oh, oh, that's a great ball. That's exactly what we want to see through the middle, isn't it? That's exactly what we want to see. Shame about the finish, but that's our DM fighting a ball over the top. So happy with his positioning for sure. Okay. XG story, pretty good. We'll let the boys know they're doing well. Let's try and get them a bit more on board, eh? And they make a couple of changes. And that's a great ball and good defending as well. Aria with a great ball out wide. Doesn't come to anything. Okay. Oh, is he going to score? Yes. Great to see Isaac get off the board for his new club. That's fantastic. Carrasco. That's why he's inside, so he can provide that kind of pass. It's more of our traditional winger. I think when it gets to like 55 minutes, we'll bring up our defensive midfielder because he's on a yellow card. And we have told people to snap into tackles. I think this is maybe what I'm a bit worried about is like giving the ball away too much from goal kicks. But I don't know if we have the ability to play out from the back. I could perhaps instruct our a goalkeeper to pass it to our playmaker. That might be a way of getting around it. But that's lazy fullback play, and that's a great goal. So that's our weak right back, isn't it? Really. Food for thought. This is a great ball from them though, all the way, and just look, he's caught in absolute no man's man trying to go for a header, and it's a great finish. But we're on the attack now, but they turn the ball over. And we pick it up. Badia picking it up deep. Joe with his pace. And it doesn't come to anything. Offside again, wasn't it? Here we go. This is the typical Sunday League box them in, isn't it? But we've let them play out. And again, looks like our right back zone is the issue. Oh, looping header. Dear me. I think we need to gain a bit more control of this game. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pretend we're in the league, and we are going to put our foot on the ball a little bit more. So, Manny Rodriguez can stay as a DM. He's got very good passing. I'm not going to change into a deep line playmaker, but I am going to bring off Rafa. And do you know what? I'm going to bring on one of our young fullbacks, Piedra. He's got great positioning. He's got a little bit low pace, but we'll get him some experience. And after that, when it's a little bit more, we'll bring on our striker. There we go. All action midfielder Tony picking up the ball. That's our DM coming again. Oh, it's a nutmeg on the keeper. It's a great goal. It is a great goal from Carrasco. That's brilliant animation that was. Just a slip it through the onrushing keeper's legs. We definitely have to see that again. But it is Aria again with the fantastic ball into the channel. Look at that. That's unbelievable. Is that a double nutmeg? Glad we're recording that. Carrasco, great play. Let's see if we get the next highlight. Then we'll make some more subs. But it's not a bad start, is it? I think if anything, we want our left wing back to be a little bit more influential. But let's pause it here and see the setup of the team. So we've got two centre backs. We've got our right back being more conservative. I suppose the ball is on this side, so he is going to be pushed up. We've got our kind of two more defensively minded, playmakers, as it were. And is that Tony? It is Tony. So I think the reason Carrasco's played so well is because Tony can support out there, and then we've got our kind of our other forward players with our wing back there. So I am liking the shape. That's a good tackle, but Carrasco's there. You saw his name in lights. Okay, so we're definitely going to change our striker. Dario's going to come in because we were contemplating even starting him ahead. Um, we've got this pretty good young left back here, great mental stats. So we'll bring him on for Sito, and we're just going to put him as a fullback on support. Be a little bit more conservative there. We're still going to ask him to overlap in the tactics, though. We need to give our two centre midfielders a rest. So Garcia's our more forward-thinking person, isn't he? Uh, Decisions on off the ball. So we'll have him instead of Tony, and Aria, we will bring Barcina on for him. I should give you a look at Barcina. So he is more of a playmaker, although he's got a little bit more pace and mobility. So what I'm actually going to do is change Manu Rodriguez to our deep line playmaker. This guy's going to be box to box because he's just got good stamina and physicals. And let's we let our wingers have a bit of a rest. We will. So Gabri's going to come on. Can anyone play for Orozco? We will bring on. Who's better out of Villamayor? Yeah, Villamayor's our sort of passing winger, so we'll bring him on. And then it's just the centre backs and goalkeeper. So we will bring on this guy. He's our lone centre back who can't pass. Great defensive stats though, to be fair. We'll confirm that, and that should be us until the end of the game, shouldn't it, really? So I think things to consider. How do we build up from goal kicks? To keep possession is going to be a big one. And how do we solve that right back problem? And a left back problem, apparently. Is we let the ball just come completely across the box. Manu picking it up in the deep lying areas. Pietro with a great strike. Unbelievable from Javi Piedra. Top bins. Top bins. I've got to check how good this team are because I don't want to get overexcited if we're playing like a kind of a Spanish conference team, but great passing ability and fantastic strike into the top corner. That's brilliant. We'll look at the passing map at the end of the game and see how we've been in build up. It's going to be really interesting actually to see if kind of what I had in mind, whether it's come to fruition or not. We seem to have got a lot of set pieces in that area of the pitch, which shows that we are allowing for overlaps there, which is what we want to do. Here we go into injury time now. Let's see how we build up now. Do we pass through the lines or do we just hoof it? We just hoof it. Yeah, we might need to address that. Maybe at home at least. Yeah, that's not great, is it? Not great in the fullback zones. And they have scored in the 92nd minute. So some positives and some negatives to consider. It's just the wide areas, isn't it? There's high balls into the wide areas. Not good. Hopefully the referee blows the whistle before these guys counter attack. Otherwise we're going to concede another goal, aren't we? Oh dear, our defense are going to sleep. One-on-one defending. And we get it away. Come on, ref, play your whistle. Did you just let it hit him and go out? There we go. 4-2. We played an attacking kind of with a good attacking verve. Carrasco with a great performance. Annoyed not to get the chance to complete a hat trick. We'll address that. Let's say we're very happy with the result. And we're not going to bother dealing with him independently because he's already positively chuffed. I love the use of the word chuffed there. So that was good. Let's look at if we go back to the schedule, go back to the match. We want to see the passing kind of links. Is it in match stats? I'm not sure. Shot map, match story, analytical data. Um, so we can look at the average positions. So yeah, I want our left wing back to be a little bit more forward. Um, but hey, all right, lots of things to try and adjust. But I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'll probably take us all the way to the end of preseason, and we will do another live game for the first game of the season. Cheers, guys.